New and must-read light novels. Hello, it's Takashi here. This video is September 2023 light novels releases. This time, I'll be revealing the releases for Kadokawa sneaker Bunko. As an introduction, there will some releases that will be released on the first week of September from other labels. I'm really interested these new and hot releases, especially the ones straight from the web novels. Let's pick up and introduce the works. This time, the main headline is on Kadokawa sneaker Bunko, which features some side stories from a familiar novel. There's also some works from Dragon Novels, Hobby Japan Bunko, which interests me the most. That said, this is a hot topic, so I'm really excited what's in store for. There are many works I'd like to pick up, so I'll introduce them now. First in the lineup is Maitamewajurai no Suwayaki Mezukoshi o Amiyakashidara. English title: Why Don't You Spoil a High School Girl Who Looks Like a Landmine? Yes, the title is quite amusing, but has a reason to say why. It starts with how it does spoilies a high school girl, to having a setting up a fast romance. The story: a girl named Raihara Amane who prefers such clothes but is caring on the inside, has a hidden desire, to be pampered by someone. Pampered. A word that lingers in around my head. It does really look she does wants attention, nonetheless. Every love, every care. She wants it. You do wants to be pampered by someone, do you? The character design though, it does look glowy, having the eyes looking like a cat, as if I'm reading a reverse isekai genre. Such peculiar yet intrigued. That said, it really has my thoughts of picking it up. But how it states, like a landmine, had my thoughts otherwise. Those who like fast romance should have this check out. Or Ga Donna Sentaku o Shiuga, SSQ Bishoujo Tachi Ga Zenryoku de Chumoku Shite Kuru, English title. No matter what choice I make, the SS class beautiful girls will pay full attention to me. In a classroom with 3 girls. Such a selection. The story starts with a boy Yuta Dato, who was transferred to the school due to a certain peculiar constitution. Wants to live a peaceful school life without attracting attention from anyone else, but becomes the center of attention due to a mysterious phenomenon that forces him to choose between options that only appear in his mind. 3 beautiful girls. It's a modern story of harem romance, is it not? The center of attraction from the hero was a magnet, attracted girls from far and wide, thus came 3 girls. This story has no continuation, so I assume I could be a one-shot story. With a perfect ending to just only 1 girl maybe. I would really want to have that kind of choice if I was a school student again. To who loves harem stories, this needs to take a look. Next is, Wager Se Sityo, Kohaikuen, English title, Let Me Forget, My First Love. At first, I thought it was a full-on drama, but it turns out there was a mix of comedy in it. If Volume 2 wasn't enough to spice up the romance, Volume 3 gets a twisty twist. In Volume 2, Natsume spends her time with Tori while studying for the entrance exams. Now, in Volume 3, he failed the exams. What a twist. Despite that, the love competition of love remains in anyone's favor. I do kinda a bit surprised that the boy hasn't chose his ideal love while just juggling through 3 of them. Something needs a pick there. But then, the sudden shake began to ripple, another competition. From his childhood days, it has now become a 4-way harem. How very surprising. 4 girls with 1 boy. Now that's quite a selection. Really a recommended if this fits your taste. Next, is, Shirgoto Kiri, Dokashin no Bijin Jushi ni Tanamarit, English title. On my way home from work, my beautiful single boss asked me to do something for her. Yes, it is the title. Very erotic much. Just when you think Volume 1 wasn't getting enough the juice, hereby comes Volume 2. Before then, in Volume 1, we saw Yuko showed her beauty. The eroticness goes in a fast way. This time in Volume 2, the romance goes horribly too fast as she want to do the, I want you to make a child. This like goes in a very similar take like Boku no Kanojo Sensei, only just in a tame way. This one however, was wild. Personally, I wasn't much of a fast romance, but glad it took a halt a little when a sudden uneasy started. I can smell some drama brewing, so to speak. Readers who loved fast and slow romance should check this one out. Haij Wasaru. Sashite Mezukoshi o Hairu, another side story. Go to Airy Part 2, English title, Shave the Beard. And pick up a high school girl. Another side story, Go to Airy Part 2. This is a side story of Haichiro, told from the side character perspective of the story. I was not surprised that Yuzuha didn't get 2 parts of her perspective, as she didn't get much screen time moments, much like the anime. I do however was surprised that Goto got 2 parts. Goto can sometimes, felt like the mom of the story, as she carried the story whenever Yoshida wasn't around in some parts. But here's a surprised cameo, Sayu Ajiwara, which I really unexpectedly to see the most. And maybe with this, the complete story of Haichiro comes to a full closure. Maybe, this, could be in my pickup list bucket. Certainly will be getting this. And finally, to cap off the lineup, is the ongoing volume, Waki Shite Ita Kanojo o Futa Nochi, Gakuin Ichi no Bishoujo Ni o Machikari Sa Remashita, English title. After I dumped my girlfriend who was cheating on me, I was taken home by the most beautiful girl in school. Volume 2. This novel has somewhat interested me, which has some kind of revenge romance vibes, NTR, if people would called it. Just when you thought Volume 1 didn't get much NTR power, then you're much wrong. In Volume 2, the stakes are even higher, as both of the girls vying for the male character, one dumped her, one picked him up. Then, came a new challenger, his childhood friend, who has feelings for her. It's simply interested to see where this goes next, as it slowly just turned into a love triangle situation. How intrigued it was. Wished that I have the love of 3 girls, though. People who loved NTR, Love Triangle, should have a look at this. Representing the school romantic comedy of Sneaker Bunko, Volume 7 of Tokidoki Basato Rashiago de Deraru Tanari no Alyasan. The number of Russian functions that have become a popular series has steadily increased. This work is surprisingly interesting because of the learning voices of the heroine, who is openly flirtatious, and the main character who actually understands Russian perfectly. It's a school romantic comedy, with elements of hot choice and the coolness of the main character. It's fun to follow the traditional route, after overcoming various difficulties to make it into a TV anime. It's been decided safely, and the momentum is regaining, isn't it? The label side will probably push it too, and it will also help curb the trend of romantic comedies. This is a series that you should definitely check out. The latest volume is about physical education following the previous school festival. As we move towards the festival, it looks like there will still be a lot of events going on. In addition, there are developments in which the main character, Masachika, is shaken in various ways. It looks like there's going to be a lot of movement in the romantic elements as well. It's a must-see series that will lead the light novel club from now on, so if you haven't read it yet, why not start catching up now? Regarding Rashidir, I'm curious about how sales will turn out. Do pay attention to the next sales video soon. As the lineup for Sneaker Bunko concluded, let's now focus the attention on some other titles that will be out on September. Firstly, let's look at the releases from Kodansha Rano Bunko, where I'll be introducing 2 works. This is Deathloop Reijo wa Ikanakaru te Menai Ryot o Chi Ni Samaru Yodisu, English title. It looks like Deathloop's daughter will stain her hands with blood in order to survive, by Satara Gen. This is a fantasy death battle story, where Hermina, the daughter of Count Einhorn, and her childhood friend Charlotte, get caught up in a killing game called Evil God Summoning Ritual, in an old castle in the north. In order to leave, they'll have to kill the demons, who suspectedly is amongst the participants. The new novel has added some time loop vibes genre, which rarely is the genre that is really underused in many stories these days. Death battle fantasy and Yuri is also the key priority in this story, which is the target of this novel. This novel also draws inspiration from a certain manga that I've very heard of, based on the character design by the talented Minori Chigusa. Simply worth the inspiration. Nonetheless, this is an award-winning novel, so it really felt like a prized complete story. No continuation needed. Would I participate in a death battle related things? If I survive, yes. This book might be my next pickup list. A must recommended. Next up is Komiu Sawa wa Iskai Demo Yapri Ikidzurai Sabaku no Meijo wa Ikemen Ga Kawai, English title. It's hard to live in a different world if you have a communication disorder. Ikemen are scared of desert witches. Another Iskai, this time in the desert. The story tells a woman died in modern-day Japan due to communication problems. She was given a cheat ability, and she reincarnated. In the desert, where people rarely come, a group of handsome men suddenly appeared, needed for the woman's power. As being said, this story sets in the desert, where everything and everyone is the people of the desert. Such a setting. The character designs were also quite a nomad-like style, which does quite new in the isekai topic but already seen few. That said, the book does quite fast, even being serialized as a manga before even being released. Living in the desert to handle communications disorder? Now that an bizarre isekai entry. Those who loved isekai genre should check this one out. From Hobby Japan Bunko, is the new novel, Tensai Joyu no Osananajimi 2, Kisashin o Enjiru Kodo ni Nata, English title, Filming a Kiss Scene with My Genius Actor's Childhood Friend, by Muji Amamiya. This story tells a boy Kaito, a high school student actor who spares no effort even in small roles because of the promise he once made to his childhood friend, Rina. In order to create the best drama, Kaito and his friends spend their breaks reading scripts and going on dates, dry rehearsals for the drama. This indeed is a love story, but then turns into an entertainment showbiz business. The atmosphere was almost as colorful, which does looks fitting to have a romance story. This book though, has also draws out some comparison from a certain manga, which can be tell by thus far since it's a entertainment showbiz business love story. Being in an entertainment business does require kissing as well, isn't it? Since this is just the first volume, there might be more to come. Will be interesting to see where this goes. Saikyo Mume no Ken Seo 1 Batsuraku Shida Shursun Ni Tensei Shida Yonhyakyuna no Ayu. Mirai Demo Muso Shite Oza O Daken Suru, English title. Strongest Nameless Sword King Volume 1. A hero from 400 years ago who was reincarnated as a fallen descendant will be unrivaled in the future and regain the throne. During the final battle with Merlin, the magician who invites the world to destruction, the sword master King Arthur gets caught up in the distortions of the world that were born from the impact of the battle. When he wakes up, he finds himself in a strange land, unable to move as he wants. He was reincarnated in a world 400 years after the battle as Jean, a boy who is a descendant of Arthur. This is a isekai story, so to speak, but in an English mythological version. The character design does really looks like the Japanese version of Arthur, which has me question mythological character but still looks classy. But then came the part where it itches me a little. Why was reincarnated Arthur/Jean looks modern has me question the setting of the story. There is some doubts in this, yes. Many questions remains to be discussed. Also there are some sexiness lurking inside there. Since this is just volume 1, I won't doubt there will be more mysteries to be uncovered, such as, where's Merlin going fit into and many more. To those who love King Arthur, then this might be your taste. Yes, so this time it was an introduction video with the Kadokawa sneaker Bunko in September. This time we have introduced popular ones such as Rashidir and Haichiro. There were quite a few romantic comedies, and there are some new series that I'm interested in. It feels like a great start for the first shot of the month. By all means, if you have any favorites that you would like to purchase, please let me know in the comments section. That's all for this video. I'll be introducing new books again next week, so you can also see the meaning of supporting the channel by click the subscribe button. See you in the next video. Goodbye.